Let's try to have a game. I doubt we are going to do anything, but it would not hurt to try.
Party.
Yeah, imagine some people from the Horizon Forbidden West of the Zenith probably make Jeff Bezos look like a poor dude. Yeah. You gonna join the party? Because last time I joined, you were not into the party. I think I'm gonna get something. I'll be right back. Go on my stream. Stay on my stream.
Okay, okay.
Look.
Mm-hmm.
You're on my stream, right? Are you on my stream? Hello?
Yeah. Well, I was. Hello, I'm here.
Alright, look at what I got.
What is it?
I have a 75-foot LAN cable. And
Is it a good thing?
that's a very, very good thing, most likely.
Oh, I built a squid farm, right? Yeah, I was supposed to build it in water, not on land.
The thing, yeah, if you build water, squids do not spawn in water on land. They only will spawn artificial. Although squid farms do sound kind of stupid, they do have somewhat of a niche. Not
Yeah, you can get tons of money. Hello? I have to clean my room, if you can hear me, so.
Okay, guys, if we start hitting a lag spike, we're going to initiate the experiment. I measured it to take about 50 feet of LAN cable, and I have 75 feet to expend at my will. So, if my internet sets are lagging, we're going to do an experiment with cabling it up.
Right, so also I get double money with ink sacks, and I'm getting black dye or black wool to sell to the, what's his name?
If I were you, yeah,
Shepherd.
if I were you, you really need to get on a world and stay on it and, like, stick to it.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Like,
Yeah. I have done a lot, actually. Villager breeder. Yeah, I got a villager breeder, and I'm making a new trading hall. Underground. And so far, it's okay. Wait, is my mic working?
yeah, it's just really annoying.
Oh, crap. Okay, there we go. I gotta clean my room, so. Yeah. It won't be long, I'll leave my mic unmuted. There we go. Now we're Oh no, my mic. There we go. Right, yeah.
What do I hear? you messing with tape?
Why go through so much effort to make a fake masterpiece?
The forger initially painted under his own name, but found little success. His work was considered unremarkable. But when he took on the guise of Vermeer, suddenly it was celebrated as extraordinary.
But it was a lie. And he knew it.
Sometimes we struggle to glean what is real and imagined, even within ourselves. The irony of these two is that Vermeer died in obscurity. He had no idea his work would become some of the most precious, most copied, most preserved pieces in all history.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
So that popping sound you heard, right?
She's the goddess of the moon, whereas
We'll do
he's
it
the
again.
simple shepherd. Beside her is the god of love, Cupid.
So she's sneaking up on him?
More like
It's
visiting
called
him in
a
secret.
pop tube.
The torch that Cupid
Every time I
bears
pull it, it
represents
pops.
Celine's undying infatuation with him. Though the two must remain apart, her love will forever burn.
Top 20
And
sexiest
why can't
accents.
Celine and Endymion be together?
Celine took a vow of chastity, promising to never take a lover. So when she fell in love with Endymion, she could only visit him at night while he slept.
But then wouldn't she be breaking that vow?
Think of it as a forbidden love. Though circumstance keeps them apart, still they find
Oh,
a
my
way to
back
come
hurts.
together, however briefly.
Aren't Celine and Endymion cold?
Perhaps we should move on to another piece.
Bed Wars, but if I
Shall we
die,
move
my
on?
TV cord gets bigger. Shut up. I don't care about no L'Oreal Paris.
This is Rembrandt painting Jeremiah, a man in mourning.
Morning what?
His home, the ancient city of Jerusalem. He foresaw its impending doom, but could do nothing to prevent it. So instead, he saved its treasures from destruction, just as I saved these works.
Bye.
Say we're kindred spirits.
Oh, I'm in Minecraft the
Jeremiah.
toaster.
If he knew his home would be destroyed, why didn't he save the people? Why save those relics?
He tried, but no one would listen to his warning, so he saved what he could.
But how did he know?
He was a prophet. Invade and destroy the city in a vision.
So it's more like he calculated
What are you watching?
which side would win a battle.
Horizon Forbidden West when you observe the art in this one person's museum.
If not for him, all those wonders would have been lost forever. At least this way, some part of his
You
world
got like
survived.
one little square left in the rock garden.
You know what
I
I,
know.
like
Knock
the
that
most
out.
about this piece? Even though he's the sole survivor, his home in
What's it
ruins,
called?
left with only the remnants of his world. The light keeps the shadows at bay.
There's still hope.
Precisely.
What was it called? Oh yeah. Okay. Season 5 trailer. Yeah, totally.
Doggy doo. Doggy dum.
People never close.
Here we go.
I really hated to see him try to branch off from the gang in episode 1 as he went in search of some high school popularity.
So it was this. I'm watching who was the best character in Stranger Things season 4 tier list. And he's going by age. Apparently, the Mind Flayer, at least what he guesses, is 7 years old. At least when 11 was young with Henry.
I really didn't like that, and I was so happy to see him throw the basketball guy.
And Erica's 11.
I also really appreciated that even though Max broke up with him and was in a really dark place this season and kept pushing Lucas away from her, he didn't accept it. He didn't let her push him away. He kept reaching out and trying to be there for her and kept trying to bring her back to the light all season. He was there when she needed him most, and that says a lot about his character. He could have been bitter from getting pushed away if he took it personally and tried to go find another popular girl to talk with just to spite Max, but he didn't. He still cared about her and her well-being, whether they were officially together or not. Personally, I think this easily puts Lucas at the top of the really goods here. As much as I didn't like the separation from the group early on, it was so worth it to see him come back, and him being the one constant that Max could always rely on said a lot. Such an emotional ending. Can't wait to see what they do with him and Max in season 5. But speaking of, next up is Max. And just the same, she had an amazing arc this season. So crazy. She held the spotlight really well, especially in Dear Billy.
The shittiest Stranger Things character has to be that one blonde chick. Like Erica, I think. Not Erica, but like
Angela.
Angela. Yeah.
No,
And I get like I kind of know her place in the story. It's to be a total bitch. Like
This guy put her all the way at the bottom of his tier list.
hey, I can't really blame him.
Like, she sucked. I'm glad. Like, oh, she goes to jail for.
Like
11 goes to jail for attacking someone that's literally making fun of her.
yeah, this is like can we all just be honest? Like going on that note, school anti-bullying programs effing suck ass. People literally get bullied all the time and nobody takes it seriously enough to actually do it. And this is a key role of why some people commit suicide, man. It freaking sucks.
Okay, so I'm at my squid farm, or what was trying to be one.
Squid.
Yeah, this is gonna be a little bit tough to take it all down. Ow, frick, get up. I hate magma. No.
You want to hear how you escape magma? Don't swim up. Swim to the side and then swim up.
I died. Good thing I copied it. I was level 30. I had 35 levels. I'm glad I copied the world right there. My God, dude. If I died, I'd be so like.
Do I hear my dog like sprinting?
Hey yo, does she have full hunger?
Literally has full hunger and only depletes half of that hunger bar. Or half a hunger.
No, she ate
percent.
sugar. She ate sugar from Minecraft.
No, freaking sprinting.
Okay, I'm copying my world again, and I know not what to do. I don't know how I'm gonna destroy this. Quit going there! I
A
don't want to
portrait of
see
the
that.
painter, Rembrandt's son Titus, depicted in the habit of a monk.
I don't get it. Why would someone like you, with infinite resources, care about this painting of a boy in a hood?
It's not the image itself, but the feeling it conveys. The face is bright and defined. The designs are
worked, right? I tried to garage sale. Yeah, it never worked.
And the background seems to
Or
swallow
not garage
all
sale,
light.
yard sale.
The painting is infused
We were
with
sitting
a
out there
sense
for
of
like,
loss.
I sat out there for 3 hours. Everyone ditched me because they were hot, so I'm like, whatever.
Works of art
I
such
waited
as
there
these
for
can
like
often
another
cause
hour.
us to look inwards
No one
at our
came,
own
so I just
lives.
packed up and went inside.
I'm sorry about your friend. Had I been able to intervene, I would have. But the risk of losing you as well was too great.
Everything went by in a blur. I couldn't get to him.
You know, long before holograms and focus recordings, on art to memorialize their loved ones. Because of works like this
Okay.
painting, their lives are immortalized. Rembrandt had 4 children by his wife. All but Titus died shortly after she gave birth to them. She passed not long after that. Titus became the only family Rembrandt had.
Which is why he painted him this way.
Indeed. Then tragedy struck again. Disease
Thing I
claimed Titus
really
at
wish I had
26.
sponges.
It's all painted the future closing in on him. Rembrandt actually
Right,
painted
the stupid
several
magma.
portraits of Titus, but this one has always been my favorite. It's
Okay, almost done.
honest.
Oh, Grace, I also have turtles.
In
Nice.
others, Titus was
And I
portrayed
got-
in brighter.
I can make 2 turtle shells.
Is there a way to
and
make
whatever
turtle
thing.
eggs never hatch?
Rembrandt allows himself to express
I ain't
his
doing
true
another.
feelings.
Because if there's a way you can make turtle eggs never hatch, you can definitely use it for like a mob farm.
Love,
Yeah, that's what
laid
people do
bare
for
on
ground farm.
canvas for all time. I see this one resonates deeply with you.
I'm just breaking everything. Really what I'm trying to do is cover all of this water, this magma.
Rembrandt's The Night
Crap.
Watch, by far the
I
most
don't,
famous
god dang
painting
it.
my
This is gonna
homeland
be hard
ever
to
produced.
break this all.
It was commissioned to honor a militia made up of influential citizens.
Dude,
I guess you must have been an
bye, bye,
influential
bye,
citizen.
pal, ciao.
In my day. But not as influential as you've been in this new world.
Okay, all the
The militia.
magma.
They look disorganized.
Where others painted such scenes in a stiff and stationary manner, Rembrandt chose to show them in
So.
action, preparing to march. He wanted them to feel alive. You can almost hear the commotion.
Whee!
Who's the girl in the
I
painting?
survived.
She's a strange one, isn't she? Bathed in light, though no one is paying attention to her. Many believe she's a symbol of the militia. A physical manifestation of their spirit, if you will.
But she's not real.
What's real in a painting? She's meant to represent the militia's virtue and victory. But I like to think they underestimate her. She looks as if she's seen something. What does she know? What secrets does she keep? There's so much detail to take in, isn't there?
Okay. Just
Gust.
going all this water or magma.
By Willem van de Velde, the most famous of his many maritime paintings.
A ship crossing into the unknown. I guess you're familiar
Into
with
the unknown.
Indeed, which is why I appreciate this composition in particular. Though waves and wind threaten to destroy the ship, it perseveres, clinging to the light even as darkness closes in all around it.
It's just gonna take me a
that.
while.
Where's the ship going?
To a faraway land, most likely. My ancestors used ships like these to explore the world, sometimes at great cost.
What were they looking for?
Anything of value. They were traders willing to face unknown dangers to make their fortunes.
Into
But no matter
the
how far they
unknown.
went, they always turned their sails home.
Okay.
So there's
Now,
Van de Velde only painted ships.
It was
the
his
hard
specialty,
part.
following in the footsteps of his father, Willem the Elder. The two had quite a journey of their own, taking them all the way to the court of a foreign kingdom.
Did they ever come home?
No,
No, the
but
Oh,
eventually
there's
their
water
lives
in it.
worked it. Take your time.
I don't know how to get all this water out. Actually, I do know how to get all this water out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break everything under here, including redstone. And I'm gonna
Stunning,
break this
isn't it?
chest and stuff.
Paintings weren't the only masterpieces of my people's golden age. This is Von Vianen's lidded ewer, molded from a single sheet of silver.
What was it for?
How like Elizabeth you are. Function over form. Its practical purpose was less important than its meaning. Von Vianen created it in honor of his late brother, who himself was a
Got
famous
it, yes.
silversmith.
A memorial.
Yes. Such beauty from sorrow.
If this ewer
Okay.
was a memorial, how did you end up with it?
As the Pharaoh's swarm closed in, my homeland's greatest museum gave it to me, along with many other works, in the hope that I could preserve them. A masterpiece like this was too important to lose to history. I even considered bringing it with me off-world to ensure its safety.
Why didn't you?
Okay.
I took a calculated risk. This vault seemed more secure than the unknowns of space. Besides, I thought someday I might return. A long life, after all, has its advantages.
Okay.
Now, lo and behold, here I am. Exquisite, isn't it?
Oh yes, I hear you.
Jeez.
I'm just not talking.
Yeah. It's fine. I'm working on my taking down my squid farm real quick. At least to remake it somewhere else.
Madness out of grief? It's hard to watch her suffer. I should move on.
Years of heartbreaks and the greatest victories. To get to the Super Bowl is hard. To win is even harder. Realizing my potential has been.
The last person you want to talk to about the Super Bowl. I don't really like sports.
I'm just gonna take down everything over here. Okay,
There
here we
you
go.
are. Feeling better? How did you find us? At the cauldron? And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see. Well, suffice it to say we were keeping a very close eye on Hephaestus, knowing we would need it at some point. Your ruse didn't fool us, and as for my little trick, it was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
This was your house. The one you recreated for Beta. In the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you. Please, this way.
After everything your people have done, you think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
They're not my people. They never were, especially not him.
The Zeniths were a bunch of rich dumbasses that said, you know what, F this planet, I'm out of here. And he just hopped on a ship and sailed away on to the stars.
Quite simply.
Apparently their ship exploded, but in the second game we learned that this is actually false, and they faked. Just that way people would leave them alone.
You repaired it? But that means you've seen
Incredible things. What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life.
No, that glass.
1,000 years on my back and I haven't even come close. I'm sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened. You truly are.
Oh my god, that's so close to death.
With her drive, her sense of mission. Her
Ugh, I hate
integrity.
water.
Watching all this shaped me for the company that I've kept. Having seen it
Can I
all,
get
I
over
want
here
is
on
to
this
help
block?
you.
even if it means stopping your friends.
Especially so. Please, sit down.
I'm just so tempted to get TNT out and just explode this area to go faster.
There. That's better. Now, we must recover Beta and Gaia at all costs. By now, you must know that Gerard intends to use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere. Remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us humans. This process will kill every living thing on the planet. He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Not if we do. And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship. A complete collection of human knowledge.
Wonder what that would do if you put it back on Earth.
We could do everything Elizabeth wanted.
Apollo was all the knowledge of the world piled up into one database, almost like the Wikipedia.
Create the world.
It was apparently quote-unquote destroyed when Ted Faro erased it, claiming it was disease. After he did this, he killed all the top members of Zero Dawn.
I do
However,
want you to stop calling them my friends.
well,
And they're not
he made a
invincible.
copy.
In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
Silence.
Oh, he's been powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Yeah. Regala and her rebels.
Even now, she's preparing a final march on the Tanakh, the capital. When she wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base.
I gotta check
She's
what's
been
going
duped.
on down
They'll all
here.
perish, of course. But it should be enough to break
Oh.
Gerard's defenses and allow silence to
Dang, thanks, Mom.
along with all the others.
Using the new weapon he's developed.
Yes, he's found a way
Pick
to
up all these
circumvent our
blocks in
shields.
there.
Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything.
Oh no, that's not
Except
good.
you.
It's in my edible pen.
You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's drawers, you and I will sneak in through a back way, one that only I know about. While Silence and my friends are busy battling each other, we'll take back Beta and Gaia. I told you I want to help you. I mean it.
Meet Acura's heroes of performance.
I'm probably gonna get a Subaru. My Subaru, if I ever get it, it's gonna be armed with a solar panel on the top. That way, in case I run out of electricity off-road, I can have an emergency reboot, plus an extra battery. A 5-gallon fuel tank for extra fuel if needed.
Emergent danger. So what
Also, that solar panel would power like an outlet that I'd be able to use to recharge
Merging Hephaestus
cell
with
phones.
Gaia.
I've even thought about packing my car with emergency MREs,
Tell her
or meal ready to eat. You use a chemical reaction to cook your food. They're military grade. MREs are very, very nice for surviving anything from a nuclear apocalypse to survival out in the woods. MREs can have anything in them. Steak, even candy. Yes, MREs can actually contain candy. We had about 5 of them delivered to our school, and there was like Reese's Pieces in there, or Reese's Puffs, or whatever it's called, inside of the MRE, which, a military grade having candy, that's kind of interesting.
her life is out of danger. She's the only one who can do it.
Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
Gerard's idea, not mine. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created a data channel,
More.
a virtual place where we could speak in peace.
Am I out of blocks? No way.
So this channel you shared with Beta, none of the other Zeniths ever found out about it.
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes. It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes, though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
Well, she felt like you taught
Yeah?
her.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being has always been paramount to me.
Why did you make the data channel look like this place?
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place. Not just for me, but for the art stored below. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
My old focus. How did you find it, let alone repair it?
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving Lab, Gerard saw you as a redundancy. I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way. Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. I wasn't so sure. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. As I watched your life unfold, you were like a splash of color on a worn canvas. What Liz was, and more.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It was your actions that inspired me to defy them. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it and watched its contents, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron.
Yeah.
dead.
So I should be grateful.
If you like.
Drum solos on your phone to playing along with them in a soundproof basement. Download and rock out even when the Wi-Fi's lagging. Try you.
So you know all about me. What about you?
What would you like to know?
Well, start with your life on Earth.
When I was 8, terrorists flooded my home city. Thousands drowned, my parents included. I was one of the few who survived. My guardian sent me to boarding school. Among my peers, I was the strange girl, the orphan to be avoided. All because of circumstances beyond my control.
Oh. So we're a lot alike, huh?
Aren't we? You were an outcast. But you didn't let that stop you from getting what you needed. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune. First from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
You were a spy.
More like a service one could turn to for information. I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my privacy. But despite that anonymity, Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
What happened when Far Zenith approached you?
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future. One where we need not fear illness or death, where we explored the furthest reaches of the stars and thrived. It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Faro's machines were devouring the Earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a birth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come, but she had nobler plans, as you well know.
So you didn't know the other Zeniths were monsters until it was too late?
I knew some of them were, certainly.
Eric's such a torturous bit.
I understood the true scope of their greed. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality. They built a colony where machines serviced their every need, where any memory or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual reality. It wasn't life. It was stultifying, a pampered dream state. As the decades passed, I withdrew more and more, alone yet again, but this time with eons to consider my mistakes. Now finally, having met you, I feel like I have a second chance.
To do what?
Help you, of course. To fulfill Liz's dream, which isn't so different from Far Zenith's original vision. A better future for humanity.
Beta told me your colony was destroyed. That you came back to Earth because you had nowhere else to go.
It's true. After we reached our destination, a planet in the Sirius star system, we spent decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in effortless comforts and virtual realities. It took a cataclysm to finally yank us out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological event. We knew of instabilities in the planet, but we underestimated them. By the time the collapse was upon us, it was too late to stop it. Only a few of us made it to save in time. We set course for Earth, the only safe harbor left to us.
Which you decided to make unsafe for anyone else.
Not me. Gerard. He believes it's better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the smudges. No more primitive tribes, no more combat machines, only a blank slate to do with as he pleases. But we will stop him. All we have to do is get into that base.
What exactly is your plan to sneak into the Zenith base?
We will make use of a lesson I learned from the early age. Always know your exits. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation. A passage that only I can access.
There we go.
When Silence flings his army at the base, we will enter through his back door, bypassing most of the fighting. The distraction will provide us with a window in which to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Once we're inside the base, where will we find Beta and Gaia?
Here in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited with all
I can't wait till maybe one day Horizon Forbidden West gets a DLC.
What about the alphabet of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this world as it should be.
How do you know about Silence's plan?
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much. He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prometheus.
Yeah, because they weren't using NordVPN, lol.
By tapping their focuses,
Hashtag no spawns.
most of his dealings. The distribution of override technology, the arming up to knock rebels, and the secret pact with Regala to attack Gerard's base.
How did he come up with a weapon that can take down your shields?
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, I'm quite certain it worked. With it, the Tanakh army, victory seems to be within his grasp. Such a shame he'll be disappointed.
Regala's only interested in killing Hekarro and waging war on the Karja. What does she have to gain by attacking Zenith?
It's the price she must pay for her war. Without the ability to override machines, her little rebellion would have languished in the desert.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus. Machines to help her overthrow Hekarro.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into thinking she can actually survive such a battle. And all without ever knowing who the Sons of Prometheus really answer to. Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, still he underestimates you. That blind spot is what will allow us to take Beta and Gaia right out from under him.
While hundreds of Tanakh are cut down outside. So you knew Elizabeth. What was she like?
Liz was everything she was. I see in you. And more. Your ingenuity, your determination, your moral compass. You've managed to distill her greatest qualities and make them your own.
I'm not asking about me. Tell me about Elizabeth. What was she really like?
The honest answer is that I don't actually know. For all the time that I spent
Hey there.
with her, she always kept a part of herself locked away. It was like that from the moment we met.
I'm trying to work on the freaking water, but it won't go.
You know what I like about Horizon Zero Dawn's like Aloy? I think, in my opinion, Aloy is the best built female character in a game that can be used to empower women, but still not be corny or cheesy. Let's compare to, a heroine I can find, and like, I don't know, like a stereotypical. Here's the thing. Here's the problem with, in my opinion, here's the problem with feminism. And I'm not squat to say that because people are sensitive on the internet, I am not sexist. I am not bigoted towards a group. I am not that person. I may act like that, but that's just me messing around. In reality, I do not shame against a group or minority group or anything about that. I do not care who you are, as long as you're not an a-hole towards everybody. I'm fine with you. Like, you're cool. You could be the ugliest, the most beautiful, straight, not straight, black, white. I don't care who you are. As long as you're nice, you're my friend. But here's the problem. Here's the thing. Feminism is built on this ideology where screw men, all women should go. Well, here's the thing. Well, I don't know if you know this, but if black people were racist towards white people back in the 1960s, that would undermine the message. You wanna know why MLK was not like, oh, frick those white people? No. He saw that white people were not an obstacle. Well, they were an obstacle, but they could change. They could reshape. They could alter their ways and not to become an obstacle, but an ally. What am I saying here? I have a little bit of a thing. You need to know when to burn a bridge or strengthen it. What I mean by that is that sometimes don't destroy your enemies, because in some times like these, we need all the help we can get. Anyway, here's what I was saying. Anyway, on the Aloy. Aloy is not like, oh, I'm a girl, I can do everything I want. No, I love her character. She's kicked down to the bottom. And it's not by men. It's not by women. It's actually, she's literally kicked down. Oh my god. Shut up!
Is she the main character? The one
Yeah.
with the orange hair?
In fact, she's not being kicked down because she's a girl or a woman. She's being kicked down because she's an outcast and she quote-unquote has no mother. She's being kicked down and shamed upon by, well, I remind you, a matriarchal society, which, I don't know if you know this, but matriarchal societies are literally ran by women. Primarily women. And I like how she builds her way up. Not by destroying men or doing anything, but by actually working hard and doing stuff. Barely any of the men are portrayed as stupid, but I can kind of see where one is, and it's this guy called, what's his name? I don't know. There's this awesome, in the Frozen Wilds, there's this guy in a dam called, I think it's called Greywatch or something like that. I didn't play the game. I'm not playing the game for a while, but I don't know what it is. Anyway, there's this guy that's a little bit naive. He's a little bit stupid, but he's kind of smart. And he's trying to get into this area to get something he wants. And Aloy, in her quest, she shows him around and how to do stuff. Now, I like this quest. I actually thought this was a little quest until I kind of like dug into it immensely. She wasn't like, oh, stupid head. No. She didn't take over. The two actually worked together to achieve a common goal. For example, the reason you do this quest is that if you do not know, there's a very good item inside of this. It's called a coil. Now, what a coil can do is it strengthens your weapons and makes them really, really good. Now, it's called a drummer's coil, which is a coil that makes your weapons do freeze damage. And me being me, I love my freeze, and I will take that coil any time of the day. Now, on to what I was saying. She doesn't belittle him or anything. She shows him how to do stuff, and they work together, and they achieve their goal. Even though the guy at the end doesn't get what he wants necessarily, because he thought that he found a clock, but it was actually something else, or vice versa. They actually worked together and they got what they wanted. Aloy gets what she wanted, a loot, and the guy got to go delving. And this is what I like. It's teaching men and women should not be separated and resent each other. They should work together. And if they do this, they can achieve a very common goal. Because, honestly, in this stage of the world we're at, we need all the help we can get. We need to stop shaming, stop doing all this BS. We just need to all work together. And I know I might sound corny, but I think we just all, it's like, people are just racist, bigoted, and all stuff. Just need to shut the hell up. Because honestly, well, we need help. Even if we could just slap one measly band-aid onto this planet. Like, and furthermore, Aloy is not, she did, like, one of the problems I have with feminine heroes or heroines today is that everything's given to them. It doesn't feel like they've earned what they have. Like, you know, for example, apparently in She-Hulk, She-Hulk belittles Bruce for not say. Bruce says, "Oh, you cannot control your emotions." He's not saying that to her because she's a woman. He's saying that to her because in the series, if you freak the hell out, you can turn into Hulk and accidentally kill people. It's almost like a drug trip. Like, you don't know what you're doing, and you can accidentally hurt someone.
He's.
Oh, also, I think I didn't know this, but apparently Bruce has tried to commit suicide in the series, which is actually pretty sad of him.
That was a deleted scene. In the scene, but then Hulk took over. Oh crap.
But like, it's kind of tiring where heroines kind of feel like they don't like earn things. Like Aloy starts from completely nothing, and like she has no good stuff, barely any like reputation. But then as the game plays, she gets kicked down. Like, for example, spoiler alert for Horizon. There are 3 parts where she gets kicked down. Besides the beginning. First, when she's in Approving, she's gonna go find her mother, but then there's an ambush that occurs that causes this to not happen, and all of her tribe mates, even the bully that harasses her for her life, gets killed, and she even feels bad. Another thing is, I don't recall that Aloy was like, yeah, screw you. She actually felt bad for the guy that harassed her, which, wow, like, completely unexpected. Anyway.
Okay.
The second time is when she is exploring the Zero Dawn facility and she gets captured, all of her possessions stripped from her, and she has to, like, you don't even have any armor. All you have is the freaking starter game clothing and all that stuff. You don't even have any armor. So they take your bow and all that stuff. They even crush her focus, which is one of the most useful tools she has. And she's basically just kicked to the bottom, and her tribe is getting destroyed, but she learns to overpower it. No, not because she's a woman, because she's smart and cunning. She discovers that she can lead a behemoth into these pillars, knock down the center cage, and get her stuff back. And she does that. And at the third time is when she gets hammered by the Deathbringer, and she almost gets knocked unconscious, but she's reawoken, and she gets back into the fight.
Yeah. So, about the topic of Hulk or Bruce Banner trying to commit suicide. In that scene, that's deleted scene, he turns into Hulk and oh my god! Crap, dude.
What?
And then comes back to life, or like he turns into Hulk. In that scene where an avalanche hits, you can see Captain America's shield in the ice crashing. In the first Avenger. I may not be talking as much because my mic sucks.
I get you.
And I can't freaking get the water out of my squid farm. It's so annoying.
Fill it in with blocks.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Honestly, like and the reason is I'm not mad because I'm seeing men being overtaken. No, I don't want to see men overtaken. I don't want to see women overtaken. I want to see them both work together, because when you work together, you can do a lot more than just sitting on your ass. Feminism should not be, men bad, women good. It should be, just stop. Because, again, I must reiterate, yeah, MLK, could he have been saying, screw all the white people in the world? He could have done it. He didn't. Because he knew what was right. Because the thing is that what happens is that, let's say, if, like when African Americans were literally, like abused and all that shit, they didn't fight back. Like they made themselves innocent. And the reason they did this is because they, like, let's say you have a march, right? And there's peaceful protesters, and they get freaking, beaten. You're gonna look at that and say, wow, that's kind of shitty. Why were they beaten? They were innocent. But then when they fight back, well, if they are aggressive, you're like for example, rioters, you'll be like, hey, those guys deserved it. They were just destroying like when, you know what? I have to say something that probably pisses people off, but BLM is awful, while the NCAAP is good. Now, here's what I hate, is when you say, I hate BLM, you're racist, no. Just because you hate an organization doesn't mean you hate the people that stand for it. The reason I hate BLM is that they looted shit. They destroyed cities and looted people that didn't deserve it. Also, you wanna know what happened? When they fundraised money, they pocketed it. They stole it. They literally stole all the money. Yeah. And you wanna know what the leaders of BLM did? They built a $7.4 million mansion. Like, bruv. They took all of the money and pocketed it for themselves. Like a bunch of scumbags. Just, wow. Garbage movement. NCAAP is way better. It has a better reputation. It's been along for a hell of a lot longer. And people like, actual good people like MLK have been affiliated with it.
Okay, Grace, I got the water, I think.
Nice.
Yep, the water's going down. Parkour. Right, it's going down? Yeah, okay. Why do I wait for that to go down? I'll work over at the ocean to work on a squid farm.
If I were you to spot, area, it's kind of, I don't know if I'd work on a squid farm because it might be a little bit advanced.
No, I actually watched an easy video on it. I built it, but I built it on mainland. Dang it, I didn't get an invisibility potion. I actually thought I did. And the only last thing I need to do is, there's a water source.
God, it just sucks, man. One thing I hate about, modern day society is that when you say, for example, BLM sucks, you'll be ostracized for being racist, even though I'm not racist. I do not care. If you hate an organization, that doesn't necessarily mean you hate the people in it.
Yeah.
Now, companies that are generally deserving hate is like the American Family Foundation, which absolutely deserve to be ostracized for their homophobic beliefs. Those guys deserve the rotten hell. Those, literally just absolute shit-ass people. They're awful. I wanna watch this video.
So when you met Elizabeth, she was what? Distant? Aloof?
Not aloof. Not exactly. It was a summit in Paris about machine learning, a touchy subject in those days, because regulatory authorities were just starting to clamp down on AIs. Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated environmental reclamation. But in her address, she was just starting to imagine the next step. An AI-driven system that wouldn't just act on its programming, but actually take responsibility for its sphere of influence.
To care about life. Not just follow orders.
Revolutionary stuff. I was fascinated. And I wanted to meet her for a long time. I watched her after her talk. She had spoken with such moral authority, such empathy. But after that, she retreated. I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all of her admirers. It was as if giving the talk had cost her something. I didn't want to be a pest, so I planned my approach carefully.
So how did you finally approach Elizabeth after her talk?
I picked the right moment. The morning of the next day, right as she came back to the conference, she had just had her coffee. She was fresh, rested. It was like she had braced herself for the onslaught of colleagues. I asked if I could walk with her, then put forth a question about her talk that I thought was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't, but she was very welcoming, almost as if we were previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation that I realized she knew exactly who I was. It was quite a shock to me. My business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead. I came to view our meeting as a metaphor for our friendship. She always seemed to know me far better than I knew her.
I guess I know the feeling.
God. The reason I haven't played Horizon Forbidden West a whole lot was because of my lag. Or no, not because of lag. I actually have...
Now Hikaru and the Tenakth. Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe. There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
If it looks impossible, look deeper. Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I need you to open it. Let me talk to Beta.
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tenakth survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it. What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
alive. They're watching me. I can't hold up this extra protection for long. You should have killed me. No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise. Okay? I just need you to hold out a while longer and work on the merge. I think it can be done. I'll contact again when it's time. Can you hold on? As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Cylon's army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
That Regala and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister. Will be Cylon's only option for crashing that base. I'll tell you the rest later. But first, there are a couple of things I have to do.
Oh. And what are those?
Lay my friend to rest. And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regala's rebellion. From the air.
Wait. Since you insist on doing things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with the Tenakth. The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regala's army and they'll receive quite a surprise. So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring silence to the table.
Not if. When.
Yay! Ted Farrell's lore got updated from random side quests.
Interest for 6 years on all Tempur-Pedic purchases.
Now
until the end
finally.
of the year. Click the link or visit Ashley.com for better sleep and savings. Ashley.
They're all coming out.
Welcome to Legends, a series that delves into the lore
Finally.
of Horizon Forbidden West.
Did you know Ted Farrell's symbol actually influenced the Abbott Agency's new symbol?
Horizon's history, Ted Farrow. Though we've discussed Ted previously, quite a bit more has been revealed about him during Aloy's journey through the Forbidden West. So, with this new knowledge, let's revisit and complete first Trillionaire. December 24th, 2013, in Salt Lake City, Utah, was born. After graduating high school, Ted would leave Salt Lake and settle in Los Angeles, California, enrolling at the University of California. Though remarkably bright and with a definitive knack for business, he would drop out of college in 2033 after 2 years of study. That same year, he launched the company that would eventually become the largest corporation of all time, Farrow Automated Solutions. Despite his talents, success would not be immediate for a fledgling FAS, failing to break into the robotics market dominated by industry giants like Recorp and General Synthetics. Farrow would produce several promising prototypes in his early days, but corporations like Jensen were already embedded robotic contractors, supplying the US government with 7 different models of battle drones throughout the Hot Zone crisis in 2036. Despite the odds, in 2038, Farrow's break would come when his company brought the Alfred line to market, a series of levitating personal servitors for the consumer market. The exceptional sales of the robotic butlers would see FAS crack the Fortune 50 for the first time. Even with this newfound success, Farrow would look to expand his influence before the decade's end. He, along with many powerful companies of the day, placed bids to purchase and privatize Yellowstone National Park in the wake of weakened federal protections brought on by wildfire. In fact, it would be the aftermath of the Earth's worst climate crisis that would elevate FAS to brave new heights. Success that would be in large part to one prolific hire. In 2040, the 20-year-old Dr. Elizabeth Sobek would join FAS as a junior scientist. In only 2 years' time, she would rise to chief scientist of the company. Over the next 8 years, FAS, under Elizabeth's leadership, would spearhead pivotal efforts in the field of green robotics and become the prominent force of the clawback decade, healing the world, all the while tripling the company's profits over the 2040s. Ted would kick off this era with a bold move, relocating his corporate headquarters from the West Coast to Salt Lake City in 2042. Despite the heartwarming narrative of the Farrow homecoming, FAS would now reap the rewards of massive tax incentives, positioning his company for greater success and growth than ever before. Spiking temperatures in the 30s would lead to global food insecurities, as millions displaced by rising sea levels and superstorms would face starvation. To address this crisis, Farrow's biotech division at the greenhouse would begin development of the Harvester line
I've been
in
there.
2043. Machines capable of in-field plant gene sequencing, able to bioengineer a huge variety of crops resistant to heat, drought, and disease. By 2047, these automated farming units would reach production, filling the stomachs of a starving world and also filling the coffers of FAS. As protections on U.S. national parks returned, Farrow would abruptly withdraw his purchase proposal of Yellowstone in 2040. This, however, would not be the end of the corporation's projects in the area. In 2045, the park's ownership was returned from the state of Wyoming to the U.S. government, with FAS financing the handoff. This would be the start of a brand new Farrow facility in the region. To address the instability of the volcanic caldera beneath the park, FAS would be tapped to solve the problem. Their solution would be Project Firebreak. Brought to life by director Kenny Chow and lead programmer Anita Sandoval, this massive facility would successfully stave off an eruption that would have taken much of the western United States with it. This success would be mostly in part to the creation of the Caldera of Yellowstone Analytic Nexus, or better known
As Cyan.
AI Cyan. At the time of Firebreak's main facility opening, sometime between 2046 and 2047, estimations from the AI predicted 1,654 more years would pass without an eruption, saving countless from a death of fire and ash. The 2040s would also see FAS bring a revolutionary product to the consumer market. A
Chariot
personal
line.
augmented
Oh,
reality
no.
device that would drastically change how those of the era would interact with the world around them. The Farrow Focus. Though not the only device of its kind, its staggering range of capabilities would see the Focus dominate the sector. Real-time universal language translation, biometric health monitoring, and mechanical diagnostics. These, along with over 200,000 applications from music and fashion to monitoring blood alcohol levels to prevent sending drunk hollow snaps to exes. At least 6 generations of Focuses, along with multiple updates for each, would see the tech refined over its lifetime in the 21st century, requiring users to buy the latest iteration to keep up with the latest and greatest the Farrow store had to offer. As the 40s drew to a close, global temperatures returned to normal, with Elizabeth's robots having played a pivotal role in environmental cleanup and detoxification efforts. However, in 2048, Dr. Sobek would resign from her position at FAS, as the corporation was about to pivot away from the
into military
work to
technology.
which she had dedicated the last 8 years. Even with this loss, the successes she achieved during her time would be the primary cause for the company's global approval rating exceeding 90% in 2049, though others would be more than happy to take the credit. In this, global media and social networks would hail Ted Farrow as the man who saved the world. But no amount of
That
admiration
would
or
not
success
last for long.
would be enough for for the business magnate. In 2050, as the Tower of London faced accelerating damage, along with other riverside structures brought on by the Great Thames floods, relocation was on the table. As yet another show of wealth and strength, Ted Faro offered to have the national landmark safely repurposed for no charge to his company's corporate headquarters in Salt Lake. Though most likely he was followed through on his part, this offer was widely condemned at the time. As the world raced towards automation in nearly all sectors of business, Ted saw an opportunity for his company to take the next great leap forward. FAS would open a military defense branch and begin development of a groundbreaking.
Here's where it goes to shit, right here.
By 2053, the corporation would dominate this sector as well. A feat that saw FAS pull from its wide-reaching portfolio of experts and research to create the world's finest line of robotic peacekeepers. At the greenhouse, those who had pioneered the harvester line developed the next evolution in energy production, harvesting the natural collection of solar energy by organic life. Biomass conversion tech was perfected. Potentially, infinite fuel for infinite machines. Within the top-secret, nearly impregnable facility of Letopolis, Faro engineers would create devastating cyber weapons during Gossamer Thrall and the Ramses Project. One creation in particular, Sovereign 7482, had the capability to assume control of targeted machines, bending them to
Oh, that's what was used in the FAS ACA3 Skyrim.
At the behest of Faro, replications engineer Brad Andak would push the boundaries of creation itself. Technological achievements that could create machines that understood their own structures and could rebuild themselves from memory and light. Unparalleled self-replication capabilities beyond anything seen before. Further talent would be pulled from obscurity, who would be brought from poverty to prosperity. Anyone with the talent to refine and improve on existing FAS tech and systems could earn a better life of security, citizenship, and more success than they could ever achieve in their previous lives. But even with benefits like these, there were many who saw the writing on the wall and feared that their work would be used to create. What came from these efforts
Rex, you're not repeating it.
seminal work of Faro. 3 models of machines that together
The ACA3 Skyrim, the PS,
military robots of their age.
it's called the PSH A3 Skyrim,
FS-85 Kopesh
and the BOR-7 Horus.
would decimate their competition, both on the battlefield and the marketplace.
No kidding.
Biomass conversion to improve survival,
Biomass conversion,
force manipulation,
unable to be hacked, polyphasic entangled waveforms, heavy armor, heavy weaponry, and, worst of all, biomass fuel consumption and self-replication.
By 2053, FAS would rank number 1 among the Fortune 5 by gross revenue and profit, with record market capitalization of over $23 trillion. Faro would remain number 1 for the next 10 years. By 2055, the corporation would control 61% of the market share for automated military technologies, further cementing Faro Automated Solutions as the world's wealthiest corporation, exceeding the second largest by 321% by 2063. Faro's success in the 50s and 60s would see other high-profile tech companies like Trilago depart the West Coast as well, as Salt Lake would steadily displace Northern California as the nation's preeminent tech hub. At this stage in the company's history, Faro would hold contracts with 353 nations, trans-governmental organizations, and corporate entities, making TED a major voice in politics, culture, and international affairs. Despite the unparalleled wealth and influence Ted had obtained in half a century of life, none of it would be able to stop what was about to happen. In the
Nope.
South Pacific, the Chariot Line swarm belonging to the
Hearts Timor Energy Combine.
began to act erratically and independently. Small incidents at first, biomass conversion of farming operations, and later, a Horus feeding off a pod of endangered dolphins in the Banda Sea. What started small, however, began to grow, and legal action was taken. Some 127 lawsuits from individuals, private companies, non-governmental experts, desperate for a way to reassert control over the machines, but his past ambition would prevent this.
Never mind, keeps doing that weird sound again.
Line, the best among its peers, he had been adamant that their security systems be far beyond military grade. Protocols using polyphasic entangled waveforms with nothing programmed remotely resembling a backdoor to the code. Pharaoh's demands had been delivered. Facing massive legal and PR ramifications, FAS stood to lose everything. And so, Ted would swallow his pride and reach out to the woman responsible for the company's ascension 2 decades prior. On October 31st, 2064, Dr. Elizabeth Sobek arrived in Salt Lake City to meet with her former employer. The departure, along with the time that had passed, had not been the most amiable between them. After founding Miriam Technologies, Pharaoh began to take legal action against Elizabeth and her company, with at least 18 ongoing lawsuits
What a
when Ted had
bitch.
reached out. With the promise of these being dropped, Elizabeth agreed to meet, knowing Ted must have been truly desperate to have swallowed his pride enough to ask for help. There, Elizabeth was informed of the glitch on the Rogue Swarm. On November 1st, she relayed to
Wyatt.
Cataclysmic the situation would become.
Your mic, it's... Oh my god.
Monsters, all life in their path, would only be seen as fuel, and at its rate of self-replication, the Earth would be stripped bare in 15 months. Even in the face of this realization, Ted would be hesitant to Dr. Sobek's solution, but at the risk of his reputation being ruined, on November 3rd, he signed on the dotted line, agreeing to foot the bill for the entirety of what would become Project Zero Dawn. After this meeting, Ted would attempt to find ways to cope with his choices that would eventually lead to global extinction in a little over a year. One attempt would see Pharaoh reach out to his employee, Paula Basara, instructing them to organize a conference. A wide-reaching deluxe summit of spiritual leaders of every stripe. A ditch effort to find a philosophy that could divert the guilt away from Ted to a larger societal problem beyond his control.
What a dumbass! So, I did not know that. Apparently my merge. So he literally grouped up like hundreds of people and said, hey, how do I make this not my fault? It's your fault, Ted Pharaoh. You killed the planet, idiot. Oh my god.
Blame. At this conference, he would find his guru, a man named Grigory Fosbach, a man whose opposition to technology viewed what was about to happen to the world as an inevitability, the natural evolution of our increasing reliance on machines until they would no longer need us. In short, if it hadn't been Pharaoh, it would have simply been someone else who brought the world to its knees. Unfortunately, Ted would take this thought of a world without the trappings of tech far beyond what Grigory ever intended. As Project Zero Dawn and Operation Enduring Victory took shape, Ted took action to ensure his own survival. Though the U.S. Joint Chiefs and ZD personnel were well aware of imminent extinction, the masses remained unaware of the world's fate. Because of this, Pharaoh's legal team had to take extreme measures to ensure word did not get out concerning his personal means of living past Zero Day. On November 20th, 2064, under a litany of non-disclosure agreements, multiple teams, each unaware of each other's tasks, were brought on to construct Pharaoh's deluxe personal bunker. Beneath the Transamerica Pyramid in San Francisco, construction began in secret. A palace in honor of himself in the style of the Egyptian pharaohs of old. Golden halls filled with statues of the goddess Sekhmet, protector of pharaohs in this life and the next. Obelisks most likely honored the tradition of the New Kingdom, their pharaohs believing they would live on through these monuments beyond death. Self-sustaining air purification, miles of ventilation shafts, along with an automated geothermal energy plant beneath the city, a facility intended to last far longer than that of a typical human life. This because Ted did not intend for his story to end, buried beneath the earth, until he succumbed to his...
He literally wanted to reclaim the Earth and become a quote-unquote god.
Meant as romantic companions for Ted, 3 others would find themselves on the short list for Thebes. his spiritual guide, Grigori, Dr. Narong Somtau, and his daughter, Kanya. The doctor and his daughter would be granted a place as he was the key to Ted's continued existence. An expert meant to refine Pharaoh's personal life extension therapies within the bunker. This, along with installing a rather malevolent means of asserting control within his buried palace. Each resident of Thebes, without their knowledge, would be implanted with an off switch, a means of ending their life to ensure protection of their benefactor. A deal Dr. Somtau would agree to under duress, fearing for his daughter's life. Outside of Thebes, even though Ted was financing Zero Dawn, Elizabeth maintained full control of the project and its long-term goals. This was not something Ted would take lying down. Being that ZD was technically an FAS project, there were many programmers that remained on his payroll. In secret, Ted would have a level of clearance placed into the system
Omega
to
clearance.
supersede even Alpha personnel, dubbed
Omega clearance.
What he planned to do with this power would only reveal itself after the end of days. As Zero Day drew close, Ted would reach out to Elizabeth, checking in on development. In October 2065, Ted would visit the Zero Dawn staging facility before returning.
Your mic is doing that thing again.
She would continue to manage him in his increasingly unstable psyche until she would eventually perish, sacrificing herself to ensure Gaia Prime would remain undetected from an approaching swarm. After Sobek's death, Pharaoh would continue to be able to reach out to her unconsciously, along with survivors from the Alphas as well. Those residing in Gaia Prime could sense that Ted was unwell, and anticipated what he would do next.
He deleted
February
Apollo.
2nd, 2066, Ted Pharaoh would summon the Alphas of Zero Dawn to inform them remotely of what he had done. Twisting the teachings of Grigori to justify his actions, using his Omega clearance, Ted Pharaoh...
That's why he did it. I thought he was linked to why he destroyed Apollo.
Archive. In one fell swoop, he eliminated the entirety of human knowledge and culture, along with his own failures and culpability in the apocalypse. To ensure the Alphas would not work to bring Apollo back, he vented all the air in the sealed room, murdering them via suffocation. This action would be single-handedly responsible for the tribal world the 31st century would become, unaware of those who came before, and the terraforming systems designed for them to rebuild a better world. Beneath a ravaged San Francisco, Ted would partake in life extension therapies supplied by Dr. Somtau, while his harem would vie for his attention, and Kanya tried coming to grips with the life that now lied ahead of her. However, this path would soon take a drastic turn when a dark secret came to light. After finding his way into Ted's files, Grigori discovered what Ted had done to the Alphas. Before word of this could spread, Ted would murder his guru, using Somtau's implants to cause his heart to fail. But the damage was already done. Other residents of Thebes had discovered what had really happened to Grigori. The hollow singer, Brianna, would also die after discovering the truth, leaving Kanya to confront her father about the nightmare they were living. Eventually, Ted would find the Somtaus dead, having poisoned themselves to avoid Pharaoh's deadly manipulation. After a time, Ted would find himself completely alone, ready to wait out the clock until Zero Dawn's humans were born. When that fateful day would come, Ted would be ready to guide this new generation and shape this new world in his image. Though the life extension therapies had successfully stopped his natural aging,
They couldn't stop the
unforeseen
mutation.
mutations continued to arise through the process. Mutations Dr. Somtau had addressed individually as they appeared. Without these corrections, the deranged Ted was convinced they would simply correct themselves given enough time and power to grow stronger. And so, in the facility's reactor, he waited. For nearly 1,000 years, his cells grew and mutated until Pharaoh had become something truly monstrous. Only when Quen ingenuity would discover the location of Thebes was what was left of Pharaoh discovered Alpha and Ceto. Upon seeing the creature Ted had become, the Ceto ordered everything to be burned Content like this, likes and shares are always appreciated, and if you're hungry for more Horizon lore, consider subscribing and checking out the rest of our lore library. The topic for today's video came from one of you, our awesome subscribers, so if you have an idea for our next video, let us know in the comments down below.
Oh my god, your
Until
mic.
next time, thanks for watching, and keep questing.
Too bad you can't get a new one. Yay for Zenith. Now it's not doing it. Now it's doing it again. What are you doing to it?
And big light bulb moments on track and
Nothing.
on time, so your team can light up the world. Try it fun.
When those expenses get too big, best they could help.
Blame the government. Just saying.
Welcome to Legends, a series that delves into the lore of the Horizon, Forbidden West. In this video, we'll shed light on some of the world's most powerful individuals
This guy sounds like he
to
aged.
escape the Pharaoh Plague, a faction that was only briefly mentioned in Horizon Zero Dawn, but became a pivotal force in the events of Forbidden West. Far Zenith. To begin to understand the Futurist Consortium, we have to examine its founder, the most influential philanthropist of his era, Peter Chimvumbe. A man whose fascination with dystopian futures brought to life by science fiction authored in the previous century would inform much of what he wished to accomplish within his secret organization. Firstly, redesigning the human condition. Transcendence beyond the limitations of our own biology, liberating our consciousness from the time and space mortality binds us to. A dream that would prove more possible than ever with the emergence of groundbreaking advancements in artificial intelligence. In the early years of the Clawback decade, the world worked to create solutions to repair a planet in crisis. Spiking temperatures, superstorms, and rising seas all stemmed from a ravaged biosphere. To address this crisis, a climate intervention AI was born, known as Vast Silver. A system whose capabilities would be far beyond what its creators ever imagined. Vast Silver would reach a level of sentience that would define society, reaching technological singularity. An era of human history where a superhuman artificial intelligence would no longer be theoretical, but an actual reality. Though the AI is still shrouded in mystery, its mere existence would strongly suggest that transhumanism via digital upload was possible. This and other research in the field would spur Peter to back an initiative dedicated to its pursuit.
Okay. I may leave the party and go with you.
Where significant
Might
resources
as well.
dedicated to a series of
Yeah, you should do it for a new mic.
experiments over a 5-year time span. Though true digital transcendence was
That's why I did
estimated
the
by
art
many
sale
to
for
remain
one
far
hour
out of reach
new
for some
mic.
time, Chimvumbe was
I
resolved to
actually
strive
on
towards this
party,
goal.
but mute.
The natural
And
evolution from the
yeah,
immortality
listen.
of the human spirit to the immortality of the human mind. Second, the opportunity to resurrect a dream for humanity to someday settle among the stars. A colony ship, first announced in 2041, that would later be abandoned by its joint nation backers in 2057. Left to drift in space, unfinished, until Far Zenith 77 of the world's wealthiest persons would purchase what remained of the Odyssey project in 2061. Despite what we know the Odyssey would eventually become, its original mission was to carry some 200,000 zygotes to a planet in the Sirius system, to start a new human civilization far from Earth. From what we know of Chimvumbe from the lore at present, in life, it was his dream and mission to empower the human species beyond any limit that existed before. Along with his work in transhumanism, to overcome the obstacles of exoplanet colonization, under his leadership, Far Zenith would dedicate vast amounts of time and resources into advancements in ectogenesis. Within the Ninmah Research Lab, named after the ancient Mesopotamian goddess of birth and creation of humankind, massive leaps were made. According to Zero Dawn Alpha, Patrick Bouchard Klein, the ectogenic chambers developed by FZ vaulted past nearly 50 years of technological shortcomings. Risks of ECMO, nutrition delivery, hormonal stability, along with 12 other principal obstacles would all be resolved by these embryologists. An incredible triumph that would place the original goals of the Odyssey well within reach. Unfortunately, these goals would drastically change. Peter Shimvumbe would pass, and with him, his vision of what Far Zenith should have become, a means to a better future for all of humanity. After his death, the new High Council of Far Zenith would shift its focus away from ectogenesis and towards life longevity research. Life extension therapies, spearheaded by research facilities in Tokyo and Lagos, that would be at the forefront of this new Far Zenith. The research and birthing pods Peter had poured so much into developing would be unceremoniously relegated to storage. In this, Far Zenith would begin to take shape into the faction we have come to know all too well, with the Odyssey becoming what some had feared even in its earliest clawback iteration. As stated in the data point, Odyssey and Justice, written in 2041. A gold-plated space chariot that the world's trillionaires are conspiring to use to escape the climate catastrophe, leaving the rest of us to choke and drown and starve, while the Richies rocket off to Sirius. Though the principal threat to the world would ultimately change, this sentiment proved to be utterly accurate. During the 21st century, the organization would remain shrouded in mystery, and would publicly deflect notions such as these. At the head of this effort would be FZ's lone public figure, Oswald Dahlgaard, the creator and CEO of the world's most popular holofilm sharing service, Allseeing.Hollow. The Danish tech Wunderkind's role in the organization would be two-sided. To the public, he would work as a goodwill ambassador for the goals of the Odyssey, emphasizing a trailblazing mission of exploration of the stars, a success for humanity. Where the nations of the world had failed, Far Zenith would deliver. This, however, was far from true. To those wealthy, skilled, or influential enough to be approached by the consortium, Dahlgaard would present a rare opportunity. In the face of expected global economic instability, new biocontagions, and rampant artificial intelligence, for a price, the world's elite could claim a place aboard the Odyssey and leave a doomed planet behind. A life free from the fears of illness and death, thriving and exploring the furthest reaches of the stars, and escaping the world many of them tip towards disaster. This was the new Far Zenith, and the purpose of the resurrected colony ship. Unlike the original projections of the Odyssey launching in 2080, this version of the Odyssey would launch before the 60s came to a close. A proposition that would draw the attention of those able to buy their way aboard, titans of industry, and those with unparalleled skill and talent that would ensure the Zenith's success on Sirius. After Shimvumbe's death, the mantle of leadership would pass to Gerard Bieri, head of the world's largest financial conglomerate, the wealthiest even among the rest of the Zeniths. A calculating businessman who had dealings with nearly every major corporation of his day.
For the baby, yes.
Listen for the animals, okay?
Yeah, for the baby.
Okay, and I'm gonna run the bulletin. I'll be right back.
Good.
Okay.
Yes.
His fortune would buy power and influence, and in so doing, wield immense sway over those promised a place aboard the colony ship. Leading the effort for Zenith research in the field of longevity was Dr. Song Jiao. Before her time with FZ, she, along with her contemporaries, successfully created gene therapies for prolonging life. Not only this, but they would also increase one's quality of life, improving health, strength, recovery, focus, and clarity of mind. With treatments like that of Rejuve gene, the world's wealthiest could indeed buy their way to a better, longer life. Though it appears at some point during her life on Earth, she felt these therapies should be available to others outside the super-rich, she would put these sentiments aside and join Far Zenith's ranks. This eclectic group would also include include the man whose rags to riches story resurrected the city of Las Vegas, Stanley Chen. In 2035, at the Tempo Hotel, Chen was double-crossed by his own lawyer, who sold critical patent information to his competition. This led to a chain reaction of busted deals for his water filtration startup. With the remaining $88,000 left to his name, devastated, he decided to leave his fate to chance. He placed it all on number 8 in a game of roulette, and it hit. With a 37-to-1 payout, Stanley turned $88K into $3.2 million.
Wow.
Financially renewed, Chen went back to work, and 5 years later, the city that nearly broke him, then gave him new life, was on the brink of collapse. The hot zone crisis had strangled tourism, with temperature spikes completely drying out the county. With water imports no longer being financially viable, Sin City was about to turn its lights out forever. Chen was not about to let this happen. In those 5 years, Chen's $3.2 million win formed into $200 billion. Chen's Oasis filtration system would not only solve its water problems, but he would go on to break ground on what would become the new Las Vegas. The Strip would be transformed, no longer a victim to the scorching desert, but into a fully enclosed indoor spectacle. Not only this, but he would go on to construct his own hotel and casino, the Fountain, solidifying his legacy in the city that gave him a second chance. Unlike Stanley or Song, who made their fortunes innovating in tech and science, Eric Visser would make his wealth in one of the oldest traditions of humanity, violence. In an era of increased automation in all sectors of life, Visser and his company, First Imperator, would double down on the human element. A private military contractor, hired by the wealthy to fix whatever issues required a more personal touch. Hostage rescue, assassinations, and whatever else required the nuance and precision that a machine simply couldn't guarantee. Even as CEO, Eric was known to go on missions himself, as his appetite for death and adoration needed to be satisfied from time to time. Much like today, a head start paired with mass media influence can be rewarded more than earned achievement. This was certainly the case for Verbena Sutter, the heiress to her father's multi-billion-dollar fortune made in luxury hollow tourism. At 24 years old, she became the world's most sought-after bachelorette of her time, being engaged at least 17 times during the 21st century. She would leverage her wealth and fame to become a life designer, using her influence to dictate the voices of others. By all accounts, one of the less accomplished zeniths to be sure, but ruthless in her own way. Anika Morjani, founder of the HoloNet's most successful dance channel, and Devin Miller, CEO of a fast food printing corporation, would also find themselves funding Farzian's projects, along with many still unknown to us. One, however, would play a pivotal role in the eventual fate of the Odyssey, thanks to her relationship with one of the world's foremost technologists. The story of Tilda Vandermeer, and who she would eventually become, begins in the city of Rotterdam. In 2033, the Netherlands faced down a massive extratropical cyclone brought on by the deteriorating climate of the time. This alone would have been a highly dangerous situation, but was made all the worse by the far-right anti-migrant group Purity Action Europe. As the storm system closed in, they reversed key instructions to the city's new storm surge barriers. When it hit Rotterdam, the barriers were fully open. The city flooded in a matter of minutes, effectively wiping it from the face of the earth. Tilda, who was 8 at the time of the tragedy, took refuge in her family's vault when the waters came. Thanks to their wealth, they had built the vault to be watertight to protect their most precious belongings. Her father would place her inside and set out to find her mother. Tragically, they, along with 100,000 others, would perish. Orphaned,
Damn.
Tilda would now have to face this ever more dangerous world alone. Without a family, Eco Guardian Ryan sent Tilda to spend much of her formative years in a boarding school. Seen as the strange orphan girl, her peers avoided her, and her isolation continued. Here, she would develop a deep affection and fascination with classical painting, specifically the works of Dutch masters of the 17th century. As she grew, she would also discover a rare gift for computer engineering. These two interests together would eventually define her early career. Tilda would create YCITT, named after the well-known forgery of Johannes Vermeer's Young Christ in the Temple, an application that created perfect holographic scans of individual layers of a painting, comparing them to a vast library of artistic works. In this, YCITT was capable of detecting forgeries with unparalleled accuracy, the culmination of her fascination in such deceptions from an early age. But this was only the beginning. As impressive as this was, the program's ability to match and identify patterns had broad applications beyond the world of art. This software would transform into a suite of security, digital authentication, and counterintelligence applications. Seeing its potential, the Sterling Malkeet Corporation signed a 9-figure agreement for the software. 2 years later, the project collapsed for Sterling Malkeet in a chaotic jumble of lawsuits, recriminations, and accusations of sabotage. But for Tilda, she had already won out and would use her genius to evolve her tech yet again, growing a vast fortune even more. The software would become highly valuable data collection.
Oh, God.
Sensitive information gathering. Over the span of several years, Tilda would become one of the world's top data readers, trading secrets for billions, all the while remaining anonymous to the world at large. Despite her anonymity, Tilda would still travel to many events attended by the world's most wealthy and influential. At one of these events, she would first cross paths with Dr. Elizabeth Sobek. At a summit in Paris, focusing on the subject of machine learning, Elizabeth gave a keynote address. She spoke on her vision of the future, an AI-driven system that wouldn't just act on its own programming, but take responsibility for its sphere of influence, a thought process that would later inform the creation of Gaia and Zero Dawn itself. In attendance, Tilda was fascinated and approached her the morning after she had given her lecture. Despite Tilda's best efforts to protect her identity, Elizabeth seemed to know exactly who she was, a surprising revelation to be sure. An interaction that shed light on exactly the kind of person Elizabeth was, always one step ahead, and knew others far more than they ever really knew her. This meeting would eventually lead to a friendship, and more. Before long, the two were flying across the world to visit one another, trying to fill a need within them. For Elizabeth, she was grieving for her mother who had recently passed, and for Tilda, to find companionship in a life mostly spent alone. This, however, wouldn't last, as over time, Tilda found herself wanting more from their relationship when Elizabeth wanted less, and the two would separate. Despite this, Tilda always carried a torch for Dr. Sobek, even in the face of complete annihilation. Beyond Elizabeth, Far Zenith would also discover Tilda's true identity. A pitch that conveniently left out some unsavory truths about their intent. Regardless, Tilda would join and secure her own berth aboard the Odyssey. When the threat of the Pharaoh Plague emerged in late 2064 and Elizabeth founded Project Zero Dawn, Tilda would become the liaison between the two organizations. Though the two had very different objectives, they faced the same brutal timetable: completion before Zero Day. And so, Far Zenith and Zero Dawn would form a tentative partnership to ensure the best chance for mutual success in some 15 months' time. Would result in Far Zenith supplying ZD with a copy of the prototype Homer archive from the original Odyssey project, 500 ectogenic chambers from the Ninmah facility, along with supplementary ectogenesis research reports. Homer would be used to jumpstart the creation of Apollo, as its alpha, Semina Ibaji, had been instrumental in the first iteration of the Odyssey and Homer itself. The birthing pods were essential in the creation of the Eleuthia subfunction, as reintroducing humanity on a reborn world would have been otherwise impossible under the current circumstance. In return, Zero Dawn would supply the Zeniths with an alpha build of Apollo a week prior to the launch of the Odyssey, effectively a trade that turned a prototype archive from a failed project in the 2040s.
Whoops. I'm liking the way this building is made so far. Not really that big, but I'm gonna make it a tall skyscraper. Not really taller than mine, but you know what I mean.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
My squid farm isn't working! And it's above water!
Well, you need to make it in the ocean. You can't just make water
It
and
is.
allow squid to spawn. Squid spawn in the oceans. Only in the oceans.
Yeah, it's in the ocean.
If I were you, I'd identify where squid spawn. Your mic keeps making that stupid ass sound again.
Encapsulating the entirety of human knowledge and culture. All for ectogenesis tech and research that had been collected in dust. Though this was the agreed upon exchange and a relative steal for Far Zenith, the High Council of the Consortium was interested in more than what was bargained for.
I like the way this thing is built. It's nice and modern.
60.
Maybe if you want to, you could jump a city, but if you wanted to, you'd have to follow some instructions.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
I can hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to save up for a new mic if I were you.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I may not get people this Christmas, I don't know.
If I were you, try to wait till you get a total amount of money and then see what you can do.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll join your world and I'll use chat. Ew.
I do include her because of how much I liked her. I loved Vicky in Robin's struggle to be noticed by her a little more than I thought. I think she's a great little side quest for Robin, and I loved Steve being her wingman to impress Vicky. It just...
Wait, I thought Robin liked Steve.
Nah, she didn't. But like, not like romantically, but no.
really satisfying. As much as they don't have time for relationships and love interests in season 5 with the world ending, I kinda hope that she's still in the show. She's going to easily go in good for me. Steve Harrington is the only 19-year-old on this list, and since that doesn't affect his character ranking at all, let's talk about everything that does. Because by now, we all love Steve so much, and I'm sure you, just as much as me, is so amazed that they haven't killed him off yet. He's such an S-tier character, it's hard to think that when they originally wrote him, he was supposed to die in the first season. And I think this is one of the show's characters who has been pretty consistent at getting better over time. I think if they don't kill him off in Season 5, it'll be the biggest plot twist of the entire show. But Season 4 was a really good season for Steve. Maybe not his love life, but he was pretty bad fighting off all the monsters in the Upside Down. I loved his relationship with Robin, his time with Dustin, and especially his moments with Eddie. I'm just so shocked that we didn't get any of the gang besides Dustin reacting to Eddie's death. I'm so curious to see Steve's dynamic with the kids as they grow older, and if they're going to try to still sell him as the babysitter, or if they're going to try to give him more of a support role in Season 5. Still, Steve easily goes in best of the best for me.
Can you invite me if it's possible?
Yeah, hold on.
And next up is Eddie! Oh wait, shoot, I didn't even see the time. This video is so long. Okay, I'm going to put the second half of the characters in a separate part 2 video, which should be out now, just because retention time on 30-minute videos are usually lower and hurts the views, whereas if we post 2 videos, the algorithm theoretically should like the extra uploads, so just go watch the part 2 and let me know what you thought of the ranking so far. Okay, I'll see you over there in the next video. Peace!
No! I wanted to watch it.
Give me a short little bit.
Liquid IV. 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drink. 2 times faster hydration than water alone. #1 powdered hydration brands in America. Liquid IV. Fuel your play. Now glossy hair starts with your shampoo. New Everpure Glossing Hair Care from L'Oreal. Sulfate free, pH balanced, reveals your shine, and help protect color. Validated by Colorist. New Everpure Glossing Hair Care from L'Oreal Paris.
Oh, you can see my armor in the background. I did not see that. I don't know how I do it.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 sexiest accents.
And then I said, oh, sorry, it's a bit awkward. I've never done this before, and he said, I've never done this either. Yep. And then we became mates.
For this list, we're looking at the accents that North American English speakers find add a certain something to their own language. It'd be complicated to pinpoint dialectical differences, so we'll be going as general as possible with this one. What's your favorite accent? Let us know in the comments. Number 20, New Zealand Kiwi. Like many of the entries on this list, the New Zealand or Kiwi accent is an amalgam of historical sounds and influences.
I Google myself all the time, knowing me intimate. No more. Welcome to my mind.
The Kiwi accent and New Zealand English.
Here you might just Sam's oops. Hold on, here. Do not go anywhere else except for where I'm at.
Okay.
Because the world's already been explored enough. It's already 90 megabytes. This is this. Hold on.
The fog is coming. Oh. In Texas, it is actually legal. Well, the fog.
What's it called? Ear rape, bass boosted, distorted. What's it called? Wyatt, when you're at level 50 plus and you have a half a heart and you see a blue wither skull heading for your ass. I invited you.
So you were playing that, like, you're straining, what's it called, Majig? I don't know.
The Wii Sports theme.
Yeah. I put my microphone piece is I gotta reset it.
Oh, Texas is actually able to beat a dog.
Prairie dogs.
What's up, guys? It's me.
Uncle Ben, what happened? Squeaking! Oh, a parrot.
Wait, what? What do you say about Terraria?
What? I didn't say anything about Terraria.
This is such a cheesy place to hide.
Grace, imagine Minecraft had capybara.
Ah! Look around the buildings.
God! Imagine Minecraft had capybaras. I'd kill them immediately.
Dude, imagine like if they actually did, that'd be so amazing. Cappies are so adorable. They're so damn chill.
Okay, I'm gonna mute my freaking. Bada bing, bada bing. Ching dong.
I think that looks better as a car. I like that. It's a simple little car trick you can do. I can still hear you. Your mic. Holy shit, that's actually really getting on my nerves.
Okay, here I am.
There we go.
I'm in mute because I'm getting tired of this too.
Can you hear it?
Can I hear you? Yeah, I can hear you.
No, can you hear like the mic?
Nope.
Dude, it's so
I'm
awful.
just gonna mute. 3, 2, 1, mute.
Here, come over here. There you go. Let's fill all this in with carpet. Should I say wool? Use your pick block. Hello? Do you have pick blocks still? Here, I think while you fill in the carpet, I'm gonna do the pillars. Oh my god, I really want to do is just build this floor, and then it might be a little bit lazy, but I don't want to copy paste it because it's an office building. You know, why not? Yeah, there we go. Excuse me. I can hear the dogs messing around outside my door. My god. I can hear a little puppy shake. That's so cute. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Oh, okay. If I were you, I'd build up and not let them fall down. It's a little bit strenuous, but it is more able to be done. Oh. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Can't see that easily. You probably know what to do here. Here now we need to fill these in with glass. Here. My dog ringing her bell. Yes, thank you. Bloop. 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 Here, I'm not taking that to the other side. if you're gonna explore and not do work, I only ask that you just stay within the city right here. Destroy the buildings. I wonder if it's 2 ends and or 1, and I don't know. mic's doing the thing. Oops. Are you trying to get out? No, not yet, not yet. Yeah, they do. Horses take fall damage. This parrot is tripping balls. Why do I have slowness? What? Oh. Frog. My god, let's go. Wyatt, look at the frog. That frog's on Adderall. Drugged frogs. You wanna see this frog disappear? Alright, look. On your right. Go in the third person. It's right here. Look at it. Oh, stay back, stay back. Ready, and... Oh no! Oh no! I gave it to 100. It's gone! What is? Oh, you probably see my stream.
Hello, hello.
Oh, yeah? That frog disappeared.
That crackling sound is so bad.
It is. Makes you
gonna
want
just-
to cut off your nuts.
I'm just gonna mute, and now it still makes a sound. I'm just gonna check on Amazon how much, like, just look at my, so 3, 2, 1. Race.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude. Okay, one for $40 and it has that chip thing.
Is it USB-C?
So, what do you think?
I think that's okay,
Eh.
but if it's micro USB, you gotta accept that it's gonna die sometime. Like,
I don't know.
that's okay, but if
Oh,
it's
crap.
micro USB, you gotta accept that it's going to be.
I gotta mute for a second because it's gonna echo. Let me check. Oh god, dang, it used to be $60. Wireless Bluetooth USB gamer headphones.
Wireless USB gamer headphones.
So, is USB the one that
Is
dies faster?
Is it USB-C or is it USB or micro?
Wait, let me check.
I hate when headphone companies.
It just says Bluetooth USB.
Well, okay, can you see the charging port?
Charging port.
Does it look like the charging port on your Chromebook? Or does it look like the one on your controller on your PlayStation 4? I know it's dumb. You have to really look at it.
I don't see anything on how it shows the charger.
What's it called?
Wait, let me go back. It's called BIN wireless gaming headset.
BINN.
Microphone for PC, PS4, PS5, PlayStation 4, 5, 2.4G, wireless Bluetooth USB gamer headphones.
It's called a bin what?
Binune, BINNUNE, Binune. That's the one that kind of didn't. A $300
Oh, they get
headset?
more pricing than on Amazon? Oh, okay, I see it. Is the micro USB? Let's see. Micro USB. Does it charge with micro USB?
I found a $300 headset, Sony InZone H9. There's this other one by Hubwo, and it's like the same chip. And this one would get ordered the 7th, this Wednesday. It was $80 and now it's $40. Jesus. 315G. What does that mean?
215 on.
Oh wait. 30 to 47 hours, 4 hours charging max. It's like that alligator mouse thing with 3%. Wait, I found the charging thing for this one. I found that's $40 as well. Usage. Oh, it's just Bluetooth. I don't know. I don't see anything. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there's a $17 one?
No, if I one. It is. Oh, it's a micro USB. I'd say the headset you should get. I would get it, but you gotta be conscious to the fact that the charging port is very shit. Like, it is bad. However, like when you charge it and the charging port goes shit on you, you have to keep it very still and you cannot bump it. I'm not joking.
I hate that. That's pretty much what's going on with my headset right now.
Now,
I want one that's a decent price, but not too expensive.
Now, that one, if you're on a budget, like, kind of how you are right now, I think the headset you found is pretty okay. It's not the best headset in the world, but it is not definitely the worst. Now, the problem with going cheaper is that you're sacrificing quality. You want to put a little bit of some money in, but you want to get some quality. Not too much money, but not too little. Could I have bought the $300 headset? Yes, I could have. But I wanted to go a little bit cheaper. I didn't want to go below the $100 mark. That's why people have, like, that's why there's those, like, you know, $100, $200, like, settings you can have on Amazon. That way you can see it, because any headset below, like, $30 is genuinely dog shit. Yes?
Huh. That's actually what?
Remember what I told you about shopping? Look for options. I've had a few instances where I go shopping, I buy something, and then I ship it, and I find something that's way better.
So, Turtle Beach. This is the kind of pets that I have right now.
Turtle Beach
I
are
found
very
one
decent.
Turtle Beach Raycon. So you know that thing Grandpa used to have in his ear to talk at home? Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's a gaming headset.
Dude, those things are like freaking dead. They were really good innovation, but like, where did it go? Like, what happened?
I don't know. I'm kind of interested in it. It's only $40.
Dude, if I had to have one of those things, I would 3D print like a Focus from Horizon Zero Dawn, and I just put it in my ear.
We may get that for $40. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. It'll last you a bit. Like my micro USB headset lasts me for at least a year or two. And I know it's ass, but you know what? A year is a pretty okay time. I could have let it go. Like, I could have made it last longer, but the micro USB port is the shittiest charging port ever made. It is awful.
I want to say one thing. I don't want anything above 40, like $10 above 40. Because I want to say that because tax, unless it's tax that gives it above 40, and I don't want anything below 20. So like 30.
20, like the I want to say $30 to $40 range of headset. It's kind of fine. Like, you're not going to be getting some maxed out PC headset, but you're hopefully not going to be getting some cheap Chinese bullshit.
I am really into. Ooh, wait, what is this?
My favorite headset, personally, is the Stealth 700, which I wear now. It's got a few glitch mic problems, but other than that, it's a stupid awesome headset. I can listen to it goes Bluetooth, and it has a chip, and the chip of it is so small. Like, it's like
Wait.
Like,
I'm gonna go back to that thing. That thing I was talking about, that weird earpiece that Graham kind of had, but for gaming. That, I think, let me check, is that on page 2?
Now, another thing you could do is you could go for a mic. Not a headset, but a mic. Although mics generally somewhat are, yeah.
Where is it? Where'd it go? Where's that thing at? Is it down here? Yes. $40. I need to check the charging. $40, probably plus tax.
Yeah. Because the government is so thirsty on money.
I bet you I could put the chip into my Chromebook. Turtle Beach Raycon Air Wireless Gaming Chat Communicator. PS5, PS4, iOS, Android, Windows 10 and 11 PC, and Bluetooth mobile. Device.
I hate when people stretch their damn descriptions out so freaking long. Like, Jesus Christ, the product. So chill your shit out.
Device with noise canceling mic.
Oh, I hate noise canceling.
I don't know if that means what.
Noise canceling will drive your shit crazy, by the way. Just saying.
Dang, dude. That's a pretty good one. I like it. Just wanna know how much it is. Well, I know how much it is.
One day you should definitely save up for a Stealth 700. It is like 9.5 out of 10. I think the only con to that is not only the glitches I get, but the price is at 106 USD, which is.
I found what kind of charger it is. It's not like a phone charger. It's not like a Chromebook charger. It's actually, it's like that, kind of like rectangle charger with smooth sides, and then it's like has a little hollow line in it in the middle of it.
Wait,
You know what
is
I'm
it
trying to say?
oval? Is it an oval?
It's not exactly an oval, but I guess it's kind of like one.
And
You have a
like
Nintendo-
it doesn't
yeah,
look
you
like a
have a Nintendo-
trapezoid micro USB, and it has like a line in the middle.
Yeah.
I
But no,
think that's
it
it.
has a hollow. Wait,
Like, are you looking at the
you have
port, or are you looking at the?
the charger. The charger, how to charge it, or no, how to charge it. So you know you have a Nintendo
Go on my stream.
Switch, right? Wait, Race. You have a Nintendo Switch, right?
Yeah.
The charger for that is the one for this.
I think that might be it, but look at my stream.
Okay. Wrong tab. Wrong tab.
Does it look like this?
Yay! Wait, let me see it again.
That's it. Looks like. Where's the micro USB port I have? That shit ass.
Let me look. Let me look at mine. Nintendo one. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because this right here, this is what a micro USB port looks like. I'll show you. This is what it looks like. It's got like a... It's got an oval shape, but you can notice that it looks like a trapezoid. And the USB-C is a circular,
Yeah, I think
kind of an oval shape. Micro USB has the shittiest ports because they only last for like a year or two, and then they just wear out, and they never ever get better. I've probably lost at least... in my opinion, or by estimation, I've probably lost at least $150 to micro USB tech. It's so dog shit. There's nothing redeeming about them. Meanwhile, USB-C is the most superior cord. I can charge my Switch, my controllers, my headset, and my Chromebook.
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
My mom. Any way to earn money for it? I kind of wish I didn't buy Minecraft now on Nintendo. But who cares? I have like $10 left.
Nothing against it. Like, I don't really like Nintendo games a whole lot because, like, the only reason I like the Nintendo is because of Animal Crossing. I haven't played, but I should play it. But the thing is that the only thing that brings the Switch down is its shit-ass storage. It's awful. But the thing that's good about the Switch is its really good ability to be portable.
Yeah,
really...
that's probably why I got Minecraft, to like play it on. I'm gonna leave the world, and I'm not leaving the party, but I'm gonna ask my mom, is there any way I can earn money, blah blah blah. And yeah, be right back.
Ew. I didn't know that. I knew it, but I guess I forgot. That's cool. Oh. Yay. We're gonna take a break, guys. I'm out. I might do Backcountry later. I might come back and stream. I don't know.